everyone, this is Max. You're watching Equity Match online live pitch events. Today we have 4 great funders, as always, coming from Europe and US, and 1 great investor guest. So, as we start, before starting actually, let me remind you that you can come to pitch as a founder anytime you want. Just send your email to pitch@equitymatch.co. We are streaming right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, so you can watch us wherever you are, on the go. And also, for any question you want to raise to funders, just do it, and we are more than pleased to bring them, your question to them. Now, as we start, I would like to introduce our investor guest, Dean Jones. Dean, how's it going?
Pretty good, Max. How are you, sir?
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and spending your time, 1 hour with us today. Would you like to give an introduction to yourself before we start?
Sure. My name is Dean Jones. I'm a former Microsoft startup ambassador. I've spent the last 7 years working with companies of all diverse sizes, whether they're startups, angel startups, existing startups that were probably anywhere between Series A, B, or C. And I look forward to hearing the pitches today.
Thank you so much, Dean. So, as we can start, our first founder, Marcelo Madeira, founder and CEO of D2 Airport, headquartered in Delaware, USA, travel tech and hospitality, seed around 1 million in USD. How's it going, Marcelo?
I'm doing very, very well, Max. Thanks for inviting me. I'm honored.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I don't want to take any time from you, so if you want to introduce yourself, you can go straight to pitch, and after Dean will follow.
Okay. I'm Christian. I'm a family man, married for 30 years, 1 son, 19-year-old. I love traveling with my family. We love skiing. I'm a seasonal sales executive. I worked for multinational technology companies based in the US. I'm an entrepreneur. I founded 3 startups, and I have a mantra. I will work till I die, but not because I need, because I love it, what I do. Let's start the pitch. Okay, so Marcelo Madeira, founder and CEO at D2 Airport, which idea was created in Stanford. The baggage check-in is a real problem for passengers traveling with bags. VIPs, families, you lose your travels day stressed with bags. I'm not the only one saying that. According to International Air Transport Association 2022 global survey with airline passengers, points that 32% of them want to execute the baggage check-in before arriving at the airport. Now imagine that you can enjoy your day with your family, going shopping, fancy restaurant, doing something great before your flight, arriving at the airport at your most convenient time without the bags, and go straight to the boarding gate. With D2 Airport concierge service, you can do it. You schedule the service using our app. A security van arrives at your location and executes all the baggage check-in. You are free to go, free to enjoy your day. And also you can track your baggage using our app. We are talking about a multi-billion-dollar market in the US. The 32% represents in the US market 240 million passengers wishing a seamless journey. Here's our timeline. So we made a partnership with Azul Airlines, a Brazilian airline founded by the JetBlue's founder. In only 5 months, we executed a whole project, an innovative one, approved by the TSA, approved by the airport, and we launched the Bag Service Azul in Orlando International Airport in Florida. We are a white label for the airline, so the name of the service is Bag Service Azul. In a 2-month operation, suspended by the pandemic, we had impressive numbers, a 6% conversion rate, an average ticket of $116 Brazilians paying, and most important, the customer, they love the service. I was present in all the collections, and they came to me and said, "Oh, thank you very much, you saved my day. Now I don't need to arrive early at the airport. I can enjoy my day. I don't need to worry about the bags." Now we are relaunching the service due to the great moment of the industry. There are competitors, which is good to prove the concept. The last 4 are niche players. They use FedEx, UPS to transport the bags, so very expensive. And Azul tried to execute the service before the airport with 3 companies, bags included, without success. And bags was acquired by $275 million in 2018. So a great example of X in our area, our market. So this is a business model, it's very important. The customer pays for the service per bag, and we invest a percentage of our revenue to the airlines. Why? Because the airlines execute all the focus market campaigns for us. They know how to reach their customers. In sales, we say that we are fishing on an aquarium, and we can scale up fast. How? By airport, by airline. So if we have an operation in Orlando, we can serve other airlines flying from and to Orlando. Because we have a partnership with Azul, we can expand to other airports, for instance, Fort Lauderdale with Azul. We gave through a great team, very proud of that. That's why we executed the whole project in 5 months. And 2 investors, João and Santi, and 2 guys from the industry, Carlos and Manuel. So here's a summary. So we are solving a real problem in a multi-billion-dollar market with a competent team. And we had significant success over our competitors, approved by the TSA, but most important, people are willing to pay for the service. Brazilians spend $116 because it worked for them. They wanted to enjoy their travels day. We are in the middle of our 2nd round, so we are seeking funding, as Max told you. And please feel free to contact me and my contacts, and let's travel together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Then, Dean, all yours.
Okay. So this, you say that this is a SaaS application. Whose cloud infrastructure are you currently using to deploy this technology?
Okay, AWS at the moment, but of course we can move to other. But AWS is good too because we can expand fast and reduce fast.
So who's well, if you're using their cloud infrastructure, are you using all of their AI, or are you getting AI from somewhere else?
Great question. We are one of the portion of the funding will be to have AI as a pre-sale, sale, and post-sale and support for our customers to reduce costs while giving quality of attendance for them. So we are seeking AI to chats, WhatsApp, and so on and so forth to address the customer's issues first level, and then of course there will be people to be in touch.
Okay, so I take it you fine-tuned your mobile model, but have you thought about putting locations at places like the rental car facilities within these airports here in the U.S., because that's where I spend a lot of time returning my rental car, right? And then
For sure.
Most rental cars, because of terrorists and all these other different situations, are now removed directly from the airport. Some are off-site, some are farther away, from the main terminals. So how are you dealing with that type of situation?
It's a bad situation, but of course we can do it before this. I mean, I go to your hotel at 8 a.m. and collect your bag and check in your bag. You're free to go, you know. And in Orlando, we start our service at 7 a.m. till 4 p.m. because the first flight was 6 p.m. So plenty of time to go to the airport. You have plenty of time to enjoy a day. But of course, we could implement on rental cars, terminals, but I think it's better for the customers for us to go to their location, you know, before it.
Gotcha. How much data do you have on the time-saving part of this that you keep emphasizing here? Because that would be key for people to get excited about your product.
Yes. Yes, as I mentioned, 32% of the passengers interviewed last year globally, they want to execute the baggage check-in before arriving at the airport. But I think the point is the most common situation: early hotel checkout, late airline check-in. What do you do with your bags?
Right.
I think, you know, this, and if you're traveling, of course, if you're traveling business, for business, one backpack, one carry-on, you are okay. But if you're traveling VIPs, families, they carry a lot of bags. In Orlando, we had an average of 6 bags per booking.
So
how to handle it?
Yeah. So from like a trusted traveler type situation, how are you dealing with these municipalities and countries in and around security? Because usually, you know, they can vouch for, you know, the little supply chain that they've created at the airports. But now you put in a little bit of complexity here, saying, hey, we're going to become the trusted bag, whether I pick it up at your home or I pick it up at your hotel. How are you dealing with that type of situation in your pre-sales
Okay.
prospecting?
Do you mean to the passenger have trust to book? That's it?
Yeah, because I mean, but not only the passenger, but the airport itself. You know,
okay, got it.
Qualities to their own, right? And security is paramount. You know, you getting that bag on there and not having it open or manipulated in any way, shape, or form. How can you bring trust to that?
Okay, so first we associate with a strong brand and airline. We were approved by the TSA. I think it's the best part of it. So we were audited, so super safe process. And of course, we have insurance if any situation occurs, but the process is super safe. So we had in Orlando 29 collection points approved by the TSA, 2 outlets, 27 resorts. And they could audit online our process. I mean, the cameras, the GPS, etc. And the customer, they felt comfortable because it's Azul service, not a detour airport service, you know. So they trust Azul, they trust the service offered by Azul. That's why we are a white label for the airlines.
Gotcha. Are you using an RFID tag for the bag, or what are you using?
A GPS, but we are looking for partners, technology partners, of course, to reduce the costs of the GPS. But we reuse the GPS, so you know, it's not the problem, the cost, but of course, if we can reduce it, it would be great. And the GPS specialized in baggage, so we can track it online. So super safe process and service. And the idea is to replicate that. We have a recipe, so we can replicate it easy way.
Dean, we have a last question after we had to go.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you can have a last one. Absolutely fine.
So I'm just going to make a recommendation. IBM is a good place for you to partner. If I'm
thank you.
I talk to IBM.
Okay. If you would like to introduce me, I would be much appreciated.
Yeah, a good friend of mine is a SVP over there. I can reach out on your behalf.
Oh, thank you very much, Dan. Thanks for the questions also. Bye, Mike. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Then Marcelo, stay because we are all back soon. Meanwhile, we have our second founder, which is Michael Gómez, CEO Enso Co-Living, based in Barcelona, PropTech, Serie A, 3.5 million in euros. How's it going, Michael? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm
Let's
good.
go.
Thank you, Max, for the introduction. Happy to be here.
Please, if you want to give an intro to yourself and after go straight to pitch. Thank you.
Yes. So my name is Michael Ert. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Enso Co-Living. And I'm obsessed with improve the way that people live in the cities. I myself live in co-living, and I can tell this. I'm having the best time of my life. I'm 30 years old. I'm not planning on moving from my co-living, and I want this challenge to. I want to make the challenge of global mobility possible, which right now is not a reality, and I want to make it possible, and that's why Enso exists. So Enso co-living. Enso co-living is a co-living operator in a rent-to-rent model, which means we rent apartments, sublease the rooms, that manages spaces in the major cities of the world. Our mission is to elevate the lifestyle of the people that live with us. You can see one of the rooms, one of the spaces, beautiful one, but you need to try to get deeper. In a place like this is where people make connections. And I have to say, last week, a couple that met in our co-living just got married. I'm very proud of that. There is three main problems that we can find in the real estate market. First, reliability, comfort, and flexibility. With reliability, I mean, would you rent a room online from your location to Shanghai, to live in Shanghai? Probably not. You don't trust them. We offer the possibility. We want to be reliable. We want you to do the process with us, simple and efficient. When you get to this space, what would you expect? This is where we come with the comfort. Fully furnished spaces, all service included, and a big community that fits the way you want to live. And the third point, flexibility. Just come and go whenever you need to, because we understand your needs, your new needs possibly. Market size, well, residential real estate is a huge market. We are focusing here on a sum of 100 billion, and we have made a calculation for every contract that we could get. And as you can see, 100 billion is a big market we can go for. Business model is pretty simple. We just work with the arbitrage that we get between the price that we rent the apartment and the price we sublease the room. We also have another two models that just complement the main one that we have, which are like just getting a commission for every service that we offer to our community, or we offer you to be part of our community even though you don't live with us, because we have co-working spaces, because I have community events, and we have more than 1,000 people in the waiting list that want to live with us and they cannot. Different people every month. Competition, you can see here like big valuations on other competitors, but they're not focusing, in my opinion, in the right thing, which is offering a premium experience, first of all, and second of all, the problem that was very problematic for WeWork, that was like they were growing pretty fast, but they weren't taking care of the operating margin per unit, which is a very important metric. Also, we are asset light, we don't buy, and we are focused on the midterm stay. KPIs, well, we have a monthly recurrent revenue of 330K. And well, if you do a projection, the ARR of this year is 4 million euros. And the main metric that I want to mention today is the residential real estate overperformance. We are not selling a square meter. We are selling an experience to the user. And we are overperforming the market in a 40%. When a property owner can rent the apartment for 2,000, we can rent the apartment for 2,800. More than 100% occupation and more than 1,000 people in the waiting list every month that want to live with us. Enso teams, 2 co-founders and 4 big departments, growth, design, sales, and community that I explained in the go-to-market. We go to a new country or city. We find the best real estate opportunities. We standardize the space, making a small renovation, and we rent the rooms. Of course, after that, we take care of the community, making it always a good fit and a happy community. Another of the spaces that we have at Enso. Our international expansion plan is what we focus now. We want to go to the next 40 cities in the following years. We have now a deal to expand with a subsidiary in the USA, so we're expanding there. Of course, we're focusing right now with the SL, with the holding on the main expansion in Europe. We will probably soon open a subsidiary in Dubai as well. Financial data, as you can see, 2024, we are going to go to the next 12 cities, 2025, 24 cities, and we are EBITDA positive since this year. investment opportunity after closing 2 rounds of 700 and 1.7 million. We now go for a 3.5 round that we will get the following OKRs. In this case, as I say, in the 2025, going to 24 different cities and get a gross margin of 34% and 2.4 million in gross EBITDA. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mika. Dean.
Let me ask you guys a question. Have you thought about white labeling your product to some of these real estate companies that focus on this market, like the apartment market, like a company like RealPage, for instance?
Yes, but it's a complicated probably way to expand the brand, because you lose the standards, the quality standards, right? That's where we are working with a compromise. We'd rather to partner with investors that can implement what we want to build in this location than just maybe an M&A strategy will be even better than just partnering with a partner that is doing something similar.
Gotcha. That was essentially all I have. I'm not a real estate expert by any means. Okay, so I'm trying to understand, and I live in a family-oriented city like Dallas, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to get my head wrapped around. I know these co-living environments exist in places like New York and San Francisco, because real estate is very limited. But I live here in Texas, fortunately enough. So we have plenty of space to build just about anything. So
I understand. So the main thing now is, like, people want to live in the main cities of the world. There's there is a lot of tension in these markets, right? And there is no solution right now for anyone to move flexible between global with a network of global spaces, right? So what if I live today in Berlin and tomorrow Barcelona, and after a year I want to move to Mexico City? There is not a partner, there is not a simple way to access to these spaces, right? So we want to offer the solution that will make this simple.
And this is why I'm listening to you, right? So
Yeah.
I see a good fit for white labeling your product, but finding the right way to do it with companies that do relocation. For, like, if you work for a company like Infosys, for example, right, that has consultants all over the world traveling and working, like you may start a project in Dallas here, and then you go ship, because you're, depending on who your customer is, you may go to somewhere like Costa Rica or somewhere in Latin America. Here's an opportunity to partner with these, because companies like human resource teams and relocation teams need your expertise. And that, to me, is a natural fit.
You mean for users? You mean in order to grow our user database?
Well, not only that, but to grow your revenue potential, right? Is by white labeling your experience out to other entities that would benefit from your capabilities.
Yeah, that's of course. That's a good solution. Yeah. The main difficulty that we have right now is to get new properties, right? To manage new spaces. Gotcha. So so wherever we go right now, as I said, we have more than 1,000 people in the waiting list that want to live with us, and we only have 40 free rooms per month that need an occupation, right?
Right.
So
you need inventory.
Well, we need these new properties and new locations. We understand that we can grow in a path of 20 new rooms per month per city. That's like a pretty good. That's the average of growth that we have had in the last month or last year.
Right.
And we realized that if we open a new city, we have the possibility of growing 20 new rooms per month because of the rotation of the same city, right? So that's why our focus now on growing on different cities in order to grow faster and create this network.
And see, by doing that, that's why, to me, just listening to you, right, it sounds like you have an inventory problem, they have inventory, and it's like, let's find a good way to work and increase my inventory, which will then possibly increase your ability to work with me in a good partnership model. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you're there. You just need to find the right partners who can help you with your inventory.
Probably, because right now the way I expand, of course, is like getting new contracts with property owners. Like I
Right.
do a 10-year contract, I get a new property, I can manage a property, right? If I will have a partner who has already the apartments or the buildings, the easiest way for me is to implement all the knowledge that I have, my technology solution, and to make it run faster and better, for sure.
No, I get you. That's perfect. That's all I had.
Yeah. Well,
Michael, how
yes.
do you manage safety? And the same person, does he turn to a different city? Or do you have the same person moving, using your service from one city to another?
Sorry, if I what?
If you had the same person moving from one city, let's say you have one using your co-living in Dallas and after he wants to go to New York,
Yes.
is this move done through your network?
I mean,
co-living?
he can check the app, see the availability of the rooms that we have in Dallas in this case, and just click and rent for the next month.
In terms of safety, how do you manage it?
What do you mean with safety?
I mean, they share the same house, the same place. So
Yeah.
you need to make sure that the people are working inside cannot be dangerous.
Yeah, of course. We need to do a profile check every time. At the moment, we have 500 people living with us. We have 500 rooms. And of course, we have had small little problems like, I don't know, like a guy wanted to kiss a girl and it was a big problem for the girl. The girl called us. And that's where we are offering safety because we offer a legal framework. We have the possibility of saying like, you are out of the apartment if you don't follow the rules that we have. Usually when you rent a room, there's no rules involved. Next day you can bring your dog to the same house and your mother can move with you as well to the same room. But if you live with us, there are rules that you need to follow, right? And this legal framework offers a lot of safety. In this case, for example, for women, and 60% of our users are women. That for me means something.
Michael, thank you so much. Thank you, Dean. Stay here because we're all back soon. I'm moving to a third fund. Thank you.
Thank
Omar Abukhlal, co-founder of Grid Motorcycle, Munich, Germany. Motor vehicle manufacturing seed 3 million in euros. How's it going, Omar?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. And I
you.
look forward to telling you about us.
Please go.
So, well, as we know, urban areas need and want to become greener. But shared mobility solutions right now are either low quality, have short lifespans, they cause waste, and generally are not sustainable. There's also a lack of charging infrastructure, and new regulations are also limiting off-road fun. So we've tackled that by, there we go. So what we're doing is we've developed a stylish, very light and powerful all-terrain motorcycle. It's precision engineered and designed and made in Germany, so high quality. We have all-terrain vehicles, like I said, and it's rechargeable in any socket. And we tackled the sustainability issue by using high-grade motorcycle components. We make them easy to repair and upgrade instead of replacing them. And we use short local supply chains. Now, we estimate, or studies show that the global motorcycle market will grow to about $110 billion by 2030. The European market for electric motorcycles is about 5% of the standard motorcycle market. And we expect our serviceable market to grow to about 14 billion by 2035 in Europe alone. So there's a huge opportunity there, coupled with strong regulatory support by the European Union, and hopefully more scooter bans around Europe as well. So these are our two bikes, our two prototypes right now, which we presented at the Milan Motorcycle Fair, the Pro and the Street. And we offer a best-in-class power-to-weight ratio and payload of 160 kilos. Our one-platform design approach allows us to create different characters for different types of customers. Like I said, they're lightweight, and they have selectable power modes, which allows anybody to ride them. So from a small license to a real motorcycle license, the big one. And we also plan to develop the so what we call an SEC ecosystem, which stands for Safety, Entertainment, and Community, which is a digital layer. And of course, we have the removable battery. Now, when we come to the SEC platform, this usual hardware and software on vehicles, they put the bike at the center of everything. But we want to flip that and put the rider at the center. So the software would provide a more immersive riding experience for the rider, which would build a community and also reinforce our brand. So by using cameras, safety features, and entertainment features, we can introduce things like automatic video editing, which is then immediately shareable on social media. We can introduce analytics, which are more personal, like your heart rate, stress factors, fear factors, environmental, humidity, heat, cold, technical, G-forces, how far you jumped, how high. And you can gamify the whole thing by creating online leaderboards, and you can earn badges and so on. And of course, we will be collecting tons of data as well. So that will be creating new revenue streams. So as you can see, we bring a lot more tech and specs than our heavier competitors, and we're priced at in the same price point. Our model is to sell motorcycles, obviously, direct to customer, B2B, and so on. We will be a one-stop shop for parts and accessories for the customers and dealers alike. We want to sell merchandise with our own brand and also co-brand with other brands that are cool. We want to sell insurance when you buy the bike. At the same time, give you the option, and also subscription services on our digital products. The way we go to market is the standard online fairs and media. And we're gonna start the pre-sale campaign, then develop an agent and reseller network, and then strategic partnerships going forward. We have a 7-time Dakar rally rider, a 7-time now because it's gonna go next month. On our team, and he is our brand ambassador, and the Grit brand will be featured on his motorcycle. This is his Dakar rally jacket and bike, and they will be at this year's Dakar rally. Our team is all ex-BMW motorcycle and financial industry and marketing veterans. We have a production partner that can produce up to 5,000 units for us. And this partnership allows us to break even from 700 units a year. We plan to roll out sales next year and hopefully deliver by the end of the year. And now we're raising 3 million so that we can get the tooling necessary to reduce our production costs and obviously our working capital, and also for production licensing. The rest will be invested in marketing and sales. This being a high capex business, we need that money to reduce our costs. Thanks very much. Greatmotors.com.
Thank you, Omar. So cool. Din.
I only have one question. I actually own a BMW, and I love the My BMW app. Have you built a My Grit app for your vehicle?
Well, no, not yet. We don't actually need to build an app per se necessarily, because the hardware, the screen that we plan to use, and basically the suppliers of the screens already have integrated the digital features, which are standard with most bikes, which means turn-by-turn navigation, battery status, diagnostics, wake on shake, remote lock, etc., because they are connected by 4G with an eSIM. That's not something we have to worry about. But like I said, everybody offers that.
Right.
But we want to flip that. Because again, if I'm a rider, especially if I take my riding seriously, and you know, I want to have fun with it, and I want to share what I'm doing, I want to live stream, or I want to show what I've been doing, that means I want to be front and center of the riding experience, and that's what we want to develop. That's what will make us different, right?
Gotcha.
You know?
No, I love what you built. I'm like I said, I'm from Bermuda. I ride mopeds. I've ridden mopeds and motorcycles half of my life, so I love them.
Well, you know, I'm honored to hear that, and I would be delighted to tell you more. I'd be even more delighted if you put your money where your mouth is.
Right now, I see that you're not, I would say, a fit for Bermuda because the speed limit is only 25 miles an hour. That's the general speed limit there. And
that's not a problem.
A bike over 150 cc. So
that is not a problem, actually, because like I said, we have 3 riding modes, the lowest being a 4 kilowatt, and that limits you to 45 kilometers an hour, which is 25 miles. So
right.
what you can do is set that limit, which cannot be increased, let's say, as a, let's say you're a resort or whoever.
Right.
You limit it to that, and that's it.
You would be a good fit for the rest of the Caribbean as well, my friend.
Let's do some business, my friend.
Well,
Omar,
we'll have another conversation.
Be happy to do that. Thanks very much, guys.
Omar, let me ask you about the market. Exactly, which market are you targeting? Because that's a replacement of an existing market, or you want to open a niche for you? Because I don't know, scooters maybe are not exactly the same thing, yeah?
No, so we want to focus. We come from also the bike was developed as an off-road vehicle, mainly to prove the quality and the stress that it can take, and of course in the electric space, off-road is a lot of fun. The real market is in urban areas, because the cities have to change the way they do things. We believe that the future is on 2 wheels. Now, not everyone wants to buy or ride an electric scooter or let's say an Asian-made scooter per se. You know, the way you sit on it is weird, and also we want to develop a brand with which people can identify. You know, motorcycles are also about emotions. They're mainly about emotions. And you want to identify with a different brand. So yeah, the market is more high end. People who've got money, who don't mind spending on a higher end product with good quality, but who are also different. They're not going to buy, let's say, a scooter. The BMW scooters are nice. There are good qualities, but I wouldn't buy one, for example. I want something more sporty, something that is a bit more edgy. And that's where our market is. And we see that it works.
Because when I see your product, I see mostly from 25, 40. This is my idea.
Excuse me.
When I see your product, I see using between, I can buy, maybe I will struggle a bit because I have too much pain coming from too much sport, but maybe 25, 40, maybe that's the right target. That's my impression.
We think 25 to 50. I mean, I'm close to that. And quite frankly, I love the bike. I love how it looks. I don't know if you can see, this is the off-road model that we presented. It's really cool looking. I don't think there's an age limit to looking cool and to liking something. I mean, in terms of the design, it's unique. It's got no fat on it. It has really nice lines, and I think elegant products are timeless and also ageless. So in that sense, I think people, you know, of all ages can ride it. But yeah, you're right. But it's probably more 25, 45, 50 than just limiting it at 40.
Thank you so much.
You look good on one, my friend.
I still have some time. Dean as well. We can buy one. I always loved speed bikes all my life. I had to stop because the bikes after a while need to stop. There is nothing to do if you still want to survive. I will try this one. But thank you so much, Omar. Then I'll
Thank you.
move it on for founder. And the last, but of course not the least, Marc Kubbinga, CEO and founder.
Kubbinga.
All right. I told you, Marc. Maybe I'm going to be wrong.
No, it's good. It's how most of the people pronounce, so don't worry.
Thank you for the correction. Djaminn, headquarter, Netherlands. Music entertainment, around 2 million USD. Marc, please, if you want to give introduction to yourself, go straight to pitch, and then we follow up.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much. I am Marc Kubbinga. I'm from Amsterdam. Yeah, I'm a musician all my life. And I have started my first career in business. I had a visual effects company in Amsterdam, where we built up a worldwide network, where we serviced the film industry in the United States, in India, and later on we're specialized in music videos for Cardi B, Montana, French Montana, and so on. And in 2020, I've sold my company, and I went back to my love for music, and spent all my time now for Djaminn. And yeah, hope it's going to be make it an inclusive world and everybody like it. So thank you very much. I go to the first slide. What is Djaminn? Yeah, Djaminn is a unique social collaborative music platform where all musicians can add their music in a way where we offer a 4-track recorder which is connected to the web, where everybody can add and edit and inspire other musicians. So the idea is that I am a piano player, but of course I cannot sing. I would love to look for a vocal talent. I would like to look for that great guitar solo and so on. So we have created a platform for musicians and from musicians. What is the trouble? What is the problem we're solving for musicians? Musicians looking for inspirations, musicians looking for communities where they can find the qualities they don't have. From research, we also find out that musicians look for exposure and look for ways to monetize their music. So what have we done for that? We have created an application which is free, everybody can use, and create a community, a fast-growing community where they can find musicians that contribute to their music, that have the ability to elevate their the music they're making, and get feedback and get a better feeling about what they're doing. And because it's a fast-growing community, there's also a great option for exposure. And because music is connected to royalties, they can monetize their song. What is the market potential? There's, according to Fortune Business Insight, a year-to-year 10% growth. And at the moment, there is 1 billion musicians in the age of 16 to 24 years old. And that will grow in 2029 to more than 4 billion. So the market is really huge. Everybody likes music. We have a ready-to-go product. The app is available in the iOS store, in the App Store, in the Play Store. And in the 4 or 5 months that we are marketing the product, we already are 400,000 users. So we're growing fast. What is our go-to-market strategy? Well, the first 2 years, we want to keep the application completely free. We have used the beginning time to optimize the product, to get the crash rate as low as possible. It's a relatively complicated product. And we want to build a community because it's a collaborative platform. It's only interesting when there's a lot of musicians involved. After the year 2024, so in 2025, we introduce a monetization system, premium features, integrate advertising, and we target for 20 million users by the end of 2025. and the growth will go on, of course. And one of the main reasons why we expect that exponential growth is because we count with the effect of the viral effect. And our one of our business cases is Be Real, but I can discuss about that later. The business model is based on a subscription model that is €8 per month. From statistics, we know that 1% of the users will use that. Income from advertising mainly, an affiliate marketing structure, and later on all the verticals we will have. I have put together a global profit and loss overview. Of course, the first 2 years we only do an investment to create a solid platform. And after 2024, so in the beginning of 2025, the income starts to come in from the paid subscriptions and from the advertising mainly. And this is based on statistics we have found in the Fortune Business report. But it's a very conservative estimate. So we are looking for a Series A funding of 2 million. That's mainly used for accelerate the marketing, so for growth, for the growth and for expand the team and for expand operations. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to all the questions.
Thank you, Marc. I leave the end to you.
Oh man, I have so many questions. Where do I start?
Okay, start with number one.
So, whose cloud infrastructure did you build this on?
Google.
You built it on Google.
Yeah, we have a Google grant. Google supports us for the first year, completely free. And we use it because of the Kubernetes, the easy way of to copy it into several regions. But we're not sure if Google is not available in China. We start up in China soon. Google is not available in Africa. So we might differentiate into VPS services or maybe Amazon. I don't know yet. But for now, it's Google.
You
and it's doing great.
I'm very blindsided by this. You may want to consider Azure. Microsoft has the most data centers globally of all the cloud companies.
Yeah, and we also talked to Microsoft, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Microsoft has what they call their Founders Hub that you may be interested in. They will give you up to 150,000 Azure development credits to come into their environment.
Yeah, I know about that. We're looking in that because we're still now in the Google founders startup grant, but in the second quarter of next year we might have to change. And Microsoft is definitely an option to look into, but I'm not the CTO.
Yeah.
I'm the musician.
And let me help you out a little bit there too. Microsoft has been, if you look around the landscape at Microsoft, they have been out of the music business since they had the Zoom device. I don't know if you remember that device.
Which one? The Zoom device. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So this would be an entree to get Microsoft back into the music business, just putting it out there. I like your solution. How do you handle intellectual property and copyrights and things of that nature in your solution?
Yeah, that's of course the first question everybody is asking. We have everything arranged in international terms and conditions, which are already available in the app. And the idea is that the one who starts the project, so basically the composer, gets the official copyrights and will keep it. Everybody who adds a track or change the song or have producer rights will get the mechanical rights. And of course, we can track relatively easy who is involved in the track that becomes successful. So we will pay out according to international law.
Got you.
and
Yeah.
take the plan is that Djaminn takes 5 or 10% commission on that royalties, which is compared to what a lot of the streaming people like Spotify do is nothing.
Okay. So, what are you looking to do with your initial investment with the dollars? Where are you in your development? Where are you in your sales? Where are you in that whole process? Because your deck's kind of thin.
Yeah, I am from marketing, so I know a little bit how it works. I do it 20 years. We are at the moment, a cost per conversion is around $10. We think we can get it way more down, but we are very much aiming on organic growth, which will happen, of course, once you start to invite your friends to make music. But yeah, you need to keep in mind that we are only 4 or 5 months on the market. The retention is a very important part of our business, because that makes that people come back and keep using the application, ideally every day, but at least weekly. So yeah, the investment we're asking for now is for. But the idea is, so far I have funded the whole project myself, and I can go on like this for another year without a problem. But ideally, we accelerate the growth and reach the figures as they are mentioned in the presentation.
Got you. So, how do you see this playing out in like the educational market around music and teaching kids and young people more about the music business and how to score music, how like for movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Gaming, that's becoming huge as well, and animation, of course.
Yeah, well, to start with the school projects, we are already active in approaching schools. I am at the moment in Asia. We have regional managers who are taking care for that. We are approaching schools. And what is good about schools is that they have internal communities, like groups of students who like to work together. So that's definitely a way where we are looking in already. We have a very strong growth in Latin America, where we have a regional manager, and there we're also looking into involving schools into our project. Thirdly, we're looking into see if Berkeley is interested to. There's connections with Berkeley to see if they can get involved into the project. So yeah, definitely schools are very from the history. If you look at Facebook, Instagram, and those kind of social platforms, they always started their success from small communities who start to use and which start to accelerate and started on universities. And I think for music, especially for the younger generation, what you see happening in TikTok, for example, and extremely successful programs like The Voice and US Got Talent, everybody wants to make music and wants to expose it. So this is the ideal place where you can combine the young and untouched talent with the professional musicians. And therefore, I see that there is a wide range of age people from very young, from 16, 17, 18 years old till 50, 60 years old, being involved in the platform. And I would love to connect them and give them the feeling that they are valuable in this world by having authentic qualities.
Yeah, I would expand, if I were you, I would expand my university reach a little bit more.
Yeah.
For regional purposes here in the United States, Juilliard and University of North Texas would be two great additions to doing research with. And then some of the HBCUs. I actually attended an HBCU by the name of Grambling State University, known for their marching band. and they have performed globally, and that may be a good place to land some of your research at as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, I had to stop, unfortunately. We had only 5 minutes left, but thank you so much, Dean. Marc, stay, because we're bringing all the other funders right now back. And as we always close, Marc, in 20 seconds, convincing Dean and all the investors watching today, why invest in your startup?
You asking me, sorry? Oh yeah. Well, Djaminn is a fast-growing platform in the music industry, music streaming 2.0, which I think absolutely has the future, and we are a unique product.
Thank you so much, Marc. Mika, unmute. It's muted.
Yeah, well, Enso Co-Living is changing or improving the way that people live in the cities. We are now raising 3.5 million for our international expansion, and we are ready to find 1 or 2 good main investors that can join us in this adventure.
Thank you so much, Mika. Omar.
Well, Grit builds stylish, lightweight, high performance, and smart electric motorcycles for the cities of tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Omar. Marcelo.
Okay, D2 Report solves a real problem in a multi-billion-dollar market, US, with a competent team, and we proved the concept in Orlando, Florida. So let's travel together.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Dean, before we close, if you want to give any advice to all of funders, and after we let's close.
Sure. Guys, I enjoyed your pitches today. Keep your heads up, keep going. I know it's tough out here in this investment market, but there is opportunity. There's opportunity for partnerships. There's opportunity for white labeling. Try to explore. COVID has changed the way the investment market works, right? COVID actually changed the way people's mindsets are when it comes to business and investing. So be able to quickly pivot and change when you need to, because that's what COVID has taught us, right? And having the ability to just keep in search of generating revenue and seeking revenue to keep your dream alive is what I encourage you all to do. And thank you for allowing me to listen to your pitches. And some of you will be hopefully blessed in a not too coming time frame here. I'm open to investing, so I'm looking for opportunities. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marc, Mikael, Omar, and Marcelo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with me, with Dean, and all our audience. Thank you, everyone watching. You have the recorded video on our YouTube channel. You can go there any seconds on EquityMatch YouTube channel and see all the funders today and the previous one. Again, thank you to everyone, and see you next time. Take care.
See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.